welcome sa ating Work Smarter series, Communicating with Impact Through Storytelling. So, syempre, ang goal natin dito ay tayong mga nandito sa workplace ay matutunan natin kung paano makapag-communicate na maayos, kung paano makapag-present sa maraming tao. Pero, syempre, may mga skills na kailangan nating matutunan. At isa yun ay through storytelling. So, hello. I am Harold. Okay, wala na akong gusto pang i-introduce sa sarili ko dahil magkakakilala naman tayo dito. So, sino nga ba ako? Ayan ako. Okay, kilala natin yung isa't isa. So, i-introduce nyo na lang yung inyong mga sarili, kayong mga nandito sa PH1. Of course, nakalimutan ko yung mga pangalan nyo. So, syempre, kayo din naman. Let's get to know each other. Introduce yourself din naman. Just say your name or any creative way possible on how you want to introduce yourself. And, ito ang aking tanong. Ano sa tingin nyo yung top 3 biggest fears nyo sa buhay? Ano yung kinakatakutan nyo? 3 pinaka-kinakatakutan nyo sa buhay. I'll give you time to think. Okay, Francis, ikaw. Alright, I'll give you time to think. Mga 10 seconds.
Ang witty-witty.
Okay, 10 seconds is up. Simulan natin kay, of course, Karina.
Labas mo pagsigo. Labas mo pakit.
Una, mawala yung mga taong importante sa akin.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Pangalawa, mawala ng pera.
Ay.
Say here.
Funds, money. Okay, valid?
Pangatlo, mamatayan ulit ng pera.
Ay, okay. Dito perfect.
Ayoko na rin magagawa
Nakataon na naman yan. Hello, welcome Archie. Welcome to the training. So, nasa icebreaker pa lang tayo sa mga kakabul ka. Next, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ace. Student ng team.
Ah.
Top 3 fears. Number 1, ayun, safety ka rin. Ay, sumawal ng pera.
Dito perfect.
Lupa na nga tayo. Tapos,
Mawala ba ng pera?
lupa ng pera. Tapos, fears. Siguro yung umulan ng maraming gagamba.
It's a bug. Nakakatakot yan.
Spider.
Top 3, Juju.
On the beach. Siguro, mawala ng
You combine it together.
trabaho.
Mawalan ng trabaho. Valid. Kung nakakatakot yan, mawalan ng trabaho. Kasi mawalan tayo din ng
Pera.
pera. I-wrap up natin yung top 10 human fears na yan. Kung tingnan natin kung nabanggit pa dito sa listahang to, yung mga fears nyo. Okay, sabi dito ang number 10 most feared by humans are dogs. Takot yung mga aso sa dogs. Akalain nyo yun. Makagat ng aso, makagad ng aso. Yun. Number 9, loneliness. Alam ko nabanggit to ni Let, di ba? Yung fear of being mag-isa na lang sa buhay. So, valid talaga siya. Next is flying. Maraming takot sa sumakay sa aeroplano, ganyan. Final destination. Number 7, death. Ang dami nagsabi niyan. Fear of death. Of a loved one, of a pet. Yan. Number 6, sickness. Magkasakit. Sabi ni Charlie, magkasakit si Stella or yung mga loved ones din natin. Deep water, number 5. Naku, kahit takot. Hindi kasi ako marunong lumangoy. So nakakatakot nga naman talaga. Tapos number 4, of course, pera. Financial problems. Yan talaga. Isa sa yan sa top human fears. Number 3, marami din nagsabi niyan, EPs, insect, bugs, frogs, lahat ng klase ng hindi lang insects and bugs, andyan na lahat yan, saklaw yan. Number 2, sinabi din yan, fear of heights, di ba? Nagpapagrade pa nga yung text with Archie. And the number 1 human fear, according to sa list na to, is speaking before a group. Actually, walang bumanggit nito. Public speaking. Yes, so I commend you for that na hindi natin fear ang public speaking. Pero most of humans in the world sobrang takot magsalita in front of many people. And yun yung goal natin. Okay, pag-uusapan natin yun. Yun yung objectives natin. To define the effective presentation skills, to understand the key process, the key concepts of storytelling, to improve your platform skills on how you can present yourself in front of the audience. Yan lang yung objectives natin for this training session. So I hope matutunan natin itong lahat ng to at matuto kayo. Alright? So, house rules lang din. Of course, mobile phones in silent. Focus lang tayo sa dinidiscuss and engage yourself. This is a safe space. Walang hiyaan-hiyaan dito. Tayo-tayo lang naman to. And of course, tayo ay magsaka. Let's have fun. Diba? Chill-chill lang to. Hindi naman to may assessment sa dulo. Alright, surprise! Ayan. Sige. So, simulan na natin yung ating pag-train ng presentation skills. So, I present you these tips that I've seen on
Adult.
You need to design learning for adults. Easy, right? After all, you're an adult. Okay, maybe a few tips would help. 6 tips for adult learning. Number 1, need to know. Adults need to know why they should learn something new. Explain benefits of learning as well as risk of not learning. Number 2, self-direction. Adults resist situations where they have no control. Create learning experiences that encourage adults to take control of their learning. Number 3, experience. Adults bring a background of experience. Show relationships between old and new knowledge. Design activities that reflect the work learners perform. Number 4, readiness. Adults are ready to learn when they see the need to know something new. Provide training close to when it will be needed. Number 5, orientation. Adults take a task-centered or life-centered approach to learning. Design training so learners solve problems or perform tasks similar to on-the-job experiences. Number 6, motivation. Adults are motivated to learn by both extrinsic and intrinsic elements. Show how learning activities will benefit the learner in their job. Self-satisfaction, enjoyment, and value are powerful motivators. I can use what we learned right now. Learning this will help me make better decisions.
Alright. Thank you, Presenter Harold. Thank you for that wonderful presentation from Paul Tunes. Okay, so yun, na ating narinig yung adult learning tips, kung paano ba natututo ang adult, kung paano siya nag-aaral. So kasi kailangan, importante kasi yun nating matutunan sa presentation. We should know how adult learn. So there are 6 principles of how adult is learning. So number 1 is the need to know. Tayong mga adults want to understand why they need to learn something before investing time and effort. Of course, hindi naman tayo mag-aaksaya ng oras at panahon sa isang bagay na hindi natin alam, di ba? So, the need to know. Number 2, the learner's self-concept. Pakibasa po ito, Ace.
Adults, the learner's self-concept. Adults see themselves as responsible and self-directed, so they prefer having control over their learning process.
Yes, tayo yung dapat in control sa ating learning process. Kasi adults na tayo eh. Hindi na dapat tayo dinidiktahan. Number 3, next, John Mark.
The role of the learner's experiences. Adults bring a wealth of experiences that can be a valuable resource for learning and should be acknowledged and integrated.
Yun. Experience is the best teacher nga, ika nga, di ba? So for adults, mahalaga din yun. Number 4, readiness to learn. Okay, ako magpasa nito. Adults are motivated to learn things that are relevant to their current roles, responsibilities, or life situation. Okay, dapat yung matututunan ng adult is relevant sa ginagawa nila, sa trabaho nila, sa buhay nila, di ba? Doon sila parang mas willing matuto. And last, hindi pala last. 5 pa lang pala. Okay, the 5th one is orientation to learning. Adults are problem-centered rather than content-oriented. They prefer learning that helps solve real-life issues. Siyempre, for the convenience, di ba? Gusto nating matuto ng mga bagay na makakatulong sa atin, di ba? And lastly, of course, is motivation. Pakiwasa nga po ito, Archie.
Motivation. With external factors like emotions, matter, adult will primarily driven by internal motivators such as personal growth and job satisfaction.
Yes. So, ang adult, natututo siya kapag motivated siya. Kapag may goals siya, #goals. Diba? So, yun yung mga principles of adult learning na dapat nating isaalan-alan kapag nagkagawa tayo ng presentation. Kasi yun yung audience mo eh. Diba? So, let's now go on how you can prepare yourself in a presentation. Of course, ito yung unang kailangan mong gawin. Napaka-importante nito. Planning. Planning is probably the most important step in creating a successful presentation of any kind. Thank you, Karina. Planning helps you decide on the content and the order in which the information will be presented. Sobrang halaga ng planning. Kumbaga, wag tayong mag-cram.
Huwag niyo po gayahin sila.
Wag niyo po akong gayahin. Pero, joke lang. Ayan. So, dapat iplano natin yung mga gagawin natin, yung mga bagay na gusto nating gawin para ma-prepare natin sa Of course, preparation includes preparing yourself as well. Yung mindset mo, yung confidence mo, dapat nire-ready mo yan. So, mahalaga din yan. Now, let's go to the 4 cornerstone skills, which is the foundation of effective presentation delivery. Okay, first, content mastery. Know your material thoroughly. This includes the WIFM or alam na alam ni Ace yan. What's in it for me? Understanding your topic, organizing your key points logically, and anticipating questions. Strong contents builds credibility and confidence. So, as long as maganda yung content mo, yung ibinibigay mo sa adult, maiintindihan nila yan. So, part yan ng planning din na dapat yung ginagawa, pinapakita mo is very credible at confident kang maipepresent mo ito. Next, visual design. Yan, mahalaga yan. Visual design, na-discuss na yan ni Rox before sa KSS niya. Ito yung ating standards, yung ginagamit natin ngayon sa presentation, yung branding. Napakahalaga yan. Use slides or visuals that support your message without overwhelming it. Keep the designs clean, use readable fonts, and highlight key points to reinforce understanding. So again, na-discuss na ni Rox, meron tayong standard sa Schneider ng mga slides na kailangan natin gamitin kapag nagpe-present tayo. So ito yung ginagamit natin ngayon. So, thank you rin, Rox, for sharing that information to us. Next, audience engagement. Okay, ito na yung storytelling. Connect with your audience by making the presentation relevant and interactive. Use storytelling techniques, questions, or visuals to maintain interest and encourage participation. Sobrang halaga niyan kapag nagpe-present ka. Tapos last, delivery technique. This covers your voice, body language, pacing, eye contact sa mga audience nyo. A confident and clear delivery helps convey your message effectively and keeps the audience focused. So, syempre, kung aligaga ka sa stage, edi aligaga din yung audience mo, di ba? So, syempre, kailangan mo, alalahanin na you are presenting, you need to be presentable, you need to be confident in front of your audience. So yun, yung kailangan natin matandaan. So mamaya, mag-dive in tayo dyan sa audience engagement and delivery technique. Okay? Alright. Now let's go to the concepts of storytelling. Okay, yan na yung natin, delivery techniques. But before we continue, do you have any questions so far sa mga words na pinakita natin? Alright, wala? Online, wala din? Okay, wala. Alright, let's go with the concept of storytelling. There are 4 key concepts for effective storytelling. Effective storytelling keeps the audience engaged. Number 1 yan. Engage your audience with authentic narratives that resonate deeply. Okay? So kapag nagpe-present ka, dapat alam mo kung paano mo i-engage yung audience mo. So kailangan talaga mo, ang nabanggit ko kanina, to know your audience. Kasi kung hindi mo kilala kahit konti yung audience, mahirapan ka. So mag-a-adjust ka na mag-a-adjust lagi. So part din yun ng planning, kailangan mong alamin din kung sino yung target audience mo, kahit papano, para, di ba, hindi ka mabubulaga na lang na, ay, hindi sila nakikinig kasi hindi na pala sila interesado dun sa topic. Okay, next key concept. Pakibasa po, Jambi.
Use visual imagery, to paint pictures that enhance understanding and retention.
Alright, use visual imagery to paint pictures, yes. Maganda din yung visuals sa presentation. Okay? So, importante din yan. Next, structure your story. Ito, napakahalaga niyan. Pag nag-represent ka, pag nagkakwento ka, pag nagmamarites ka. Sobrang halaga niyan. Dapat merong beginning, middle, and end. Kasi syempre ayaw nating nabibitin, di ba? Yung kunyari nag-chismis ka, tapos biglang, ay alam mo ba si ano, ay wait lang. Hanggang doon na lang, ano nangyari, di ba? Nakakairita, di ba? Yung bigla ka na lang binibitin sa information na binibigay sa'yo. So dapat, clear yung beginning, middle, and end sa yung structure ng iyong presentation or ng pag-storytell. And lastly, encourage emotional connections to make your message memorable and impactful. Doon yung makikita kung talagang interesado yung audience nyo kapag nakapag-connect. Ibig sabihin, pag natawa sila, pag nag-react sila, di ba? Yun yung emotional connection. Alright? So now, let's go on to the principles of business storytelling. Pakinggan natin itong si Amin Haig.
What are the principles that we can derive from this in terms of storytelling? The first one is that stories speak to people's emotions. And we know this, that there are 2 sides to the brain, the logical side of the brain, the rational side of the brain, and the feelings and the emotional side of the brain. How do people decide? When faced with choices, when faced with alternatives, how do we make a choice? And what swings the decision in favor of A versus B? Decision science has revealed to us that in almost all kinds of decisions, the emotional side of the brain is predominant, and stories speak to emotions. Build common ground. And it's interesting that the first word that this guy used on that poster was I. That's not a great place to start your stories. But if you look around, a lot of corporate stories, a lot of organization stories, a lot of sales stories start from I. A lot of product pitches start from I. This is my product, this is my idea, this is what I have done. But I is not a great place to start. Because, I presumes that, what I am interested in is something that you are interested in as well. But she doesn't make that assumption. And she starts by building common ground. And that common ground here is, it's a beautiful day. You can see that. And when you see that, you're not in agreement. Yes, it's a beautiful day. That's magical. What she is doing here is getting her audience to nod in agreement. And when your audience starts nodding in agreement, you are in a better place to sell them something. All storytellers use this either intuitively or consciously, is build contrast. contrast is one of the most powerful devices in storytelling. It's in the world of contrasts that stories live. And stories evoke that world of contrast because new products operate in the realm of what is versus what can be. Now, that's a powerful contrast between what is and what can be. So, don't limit yourself to the contrast of the problem and the solution, which is the typical trap that a lot of stories fall into. In some ways, when we are building new products, you are building a new world. So paint a picture of that world and describe that world at contrast with today's world.
All right. Thank you. Hank. So, ano yung importanteng aspeto na parang paulit-ulit na natin binabanggit? Na binanggit naman din ni Amin in terms of presenting or storytelling.
Build connection.
Andyan, Archie?
Yung based on the provided details, build connection from to your audience.
Build connection. Correct. Tama. Pwede. Oo. And actually, yes, build a common ground. Yun nga yung sinabi ni Amin. Dapat meron tayo pa rin. Diba? Connection. Ngayon, may isa pa akong tanong. Ano yung napansin nyo kay Amin habang
Gestures and body language.
Ayan, nasagot nga ni Archie. Thank you, Archie. Gestures and body language. Di ba? Nung nagpe-present kanina si Amin, di ba? Very defined. Di ba? The way he presented himself with confidence and all. And isa din yan sa aspeto na kailangan natin matutunan pag nagpe-present sa mga tao. Yung platform skills natin. So, let's start with the look. Okay, first, you need to set your tone sa boses to.
Like what you're
Ayan. When speaking with your audience, your tone should be confident but not authoritative. The trick is to speak to your audience in a way in which you convey yourself as knowledgeable and confident, but not authoritative or overbearing. Okay? So, hindi pwedeng yung ano ka na lang magsalita sa audience mo na parang singga ka dito, di ba? Hindi naman pwedeng ganun. So, di ba? Sabaw ka ba? Di ba?
usually sa mga campaign yun. Sabay ka.
Oh, sa mga campaign. Yan.
Di ba? Na-observe niyo ba? Puro palakasan ng boses.
Yes, oo. Kaya nga, doon tayo, babalik tayo doon sa kanina na to know your audience talaga. So kung nasa workplace ka, syempre yung tone mo, professional, mahalumanay naman, di ba? Di ba? Yun. Next, adjust your volume. Ayan. Nakadepende yan sa location at sa audience mo, sa laki ng area, di ba? So, kung gano'ng kadami yung kausap mo, kung may kausap ka sa likod, di ba naman yung boses mo, di ba? Siyempre, o kaya yung microphone, hello guys. Paano ka naman maririnig, di ba? So, siyempre, dapat ina-adjust mo din yung boses mo, volume ng boses mo. Next, Gary, your pitch. Pitch. Yan. Tayo dyan eh. We must avoid speaking in monotone. Hindi tayo pwedeng nananang dito. Parang broadcaster, di ba? Ganyan. We must avoid speaking in monotone by finding different notes in your voices. Siyempre, hindi man tayo pwedeng ganun, di ba? Hindi man tayo pwedeng isang tono na lang ng boses habang nagsasalita, di ba? Walang kabuhay-buhay, di ba? Sometimes we may think our voices move pitch when actually they don't. The best way to tell if your voice truly moves is, yan, isang magandang practice. I-record mo yung sarili mo. Ayan, dito sa screen recording natin ng laptop natin, di ba?
Drink water.
Hydrate yourself. Yan, para hindi ka magulo. Kasama ba yun? Ayan. Next, Ayan na, nakumpleto na yung platform skills natin. Emphasize the traveling stress. You can change the emphasis of your voice by changing your pitch, volume, and rate. Sometimes you speak slow when you are being deliberate, but sometimes fast when you are excited. Diba? Mararamdaman mo yung emosyon ng tao depende dun sa traveling stress. Mamaya mag-activity tayo regarding that. So ready na kayong i-save yung sarili niyo. Wow, save. Ayan yan. So yan yung para madali niyo matandaan, save. Set your tone, adjust your volume, vary your pitch, and emphasize the traveling stress. All right. Dahil dyan,
What is traveling stress?
Can you please
Can you please elaborate?
expound?
okay, question, what is traveling stress? Gagawin natin yan sa activity natin. Masasagot niyo yan.
Ano si
Ay,
ikaw as a
dahil dyan, eto na, magsisimula na tayo sa ating Pitch Perfect. Time to practice your voice activity. Ayan, as mentioned earlier, yung ating mga online madlang people ang magbo-volunteer ng mga nandito sa
Go, Abby.
PH1. So I'm giving the privilege to pick. Sino? Abby muna. Abby, sino sa tingin mo ang una nating i-volunteer sa activity?
Favorite ko si Jambi.
Yung Jambi talaga. Si Joshua
Number one,
Garcia. Let's go, Joshua Garcia. Please go here in front.
Uy, mano ko yan, Jacob. Kay Jambi ako.
Ayan. Thank you, Abby. Sige, halika Joshua Garcia. Ayan.
So, Gabi, ako na naman.
Ganito lang naman gaga. Dito ka, para kita ka ni
Favorite kita, ano ba?
Para kita ka ni Abby. Ayan. So, simple lang ang gagawin natin. Yes. So, simple lang gagawin natin, Joshua.
Yes.
Kung ano yung ipa-flash ko sa screen, gagawin mo lang through your voice.
Ano? Oh, sige.
Ganun lang, simple lang. First, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. So, kung makikita mo dyan, may pattern. Okay?
1,
Ganyan.
3.
So, lahat ng mga nandito ay low, gagamitin mo yung low pitch voice mo. At lahat naman ng nandito is yung highest pitch voice mo ay gagamitin. Tapos tuloy-tuloy lang yan. Hanggang sa matapos mo. Pwedeng English, pwedeng Tagalog. Ikaw na bahalang mamili.
1, pikiti.
Yan, ganyan. Okay, sige. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3, go.
1, pikiti. 2, pikiti.
Lower.
3, pikiti.
Higher.
4, pikiti. 5. Isa, tigidi. Ay,
Hindi, ginawa mo na. Dapat mataas din.
ano pataas ka?
Lahat ba?
Isa, tigidi.
Galing mo, Jambi.
Dalawa, tigidi.
Higher.
Tatlong tigidi. 4, tigidi. 5.
Alright, thank you, Jambi. Dahil dyan, meron ka chocolate!
Yay!
May chocolate bala, oh.
Chocolate. Thank you, Jambi. So, yan. Isa to sa mga exercise sa teatro. Ginagawa namin yan sa teatro. Para ano yung boses mo. Para maano mo yung pitch. Ganun talaga yan. Tinataasan natin yung boses natin. Tapos pag mababa, talagang pinakamababa, two. Kailangan ganun, two. Kasi yung range, di ba? Two. Ganun siya. Okay? So, yan yung ano. Kaya nga si Jamie yung pinagaling natin.
Kaya pala.
Mas detailed yun sa'yo.
Kaya
Ayun na.
Tama.
Okay na to.
Tigilan ka.
Sinabi ko na to. Okay, next. Next, sino ang mag-nominate? Jacob. You can nominate the next volunteer. Jacob.
Francis.
Jacob, andiyan ka ba? Baka nagluluto ka na ng spaghetti.
Si Ace, si Ace, si Ace.
Si Ace, dali ka
Go, Ace.
At dali ka. Flash
Ikaw
ka sa screen yung next na
nonchalant
gagawin.
today.
Nakasentro kasi sa kanya yung camera.
Thank you, Jacob, for nominating. Okay, ang next activity ay tungkol pa rin sa pitch. Lowest to highest. Okay, ganun lang. Ang gagawin mo lang, pinakamababang boses mo nandun sa dulo ng pyramid, yung 1. Tapos pinakamataas sa boses mo, pinakamataas nasa 8. Tapos bababa ka ulit.
Okay.
Alright, slowly, slowly please. Okay? Ready? Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Higher. Higher.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Walang
2, 1.
Ba't parang medyo monotone yung... parang walang variation yung... Jacob, satisfied ka ba dun sa narinig mo?
Hindi masyado.
Ulit na ulit. Kailangan may variation. Talaga na, nakikita namin yung difference per word.
Dapat isang tao pa.
1, 2, 3,
No emotion.
4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 6, 6,
Ang tumas.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Yung Dory.
Okay na.
Pwede din yung Dory Milan.
Paano yun?
Oh. Ito na nga. Tone deaf ka? Ba't parang kumakanta ka naman sa video? Okay.
Oo nga.
Sa CR.
Ayan. Thank you, Jacob. Sino ang next nating participant? How about Jolly? Can you nominate anyone here sa audience?
Bilang nakikita ko sa screen ko si Francis. Yeah, Francis.
Okay lang ba? Go, Francis!
Thank you, Jolly. Okay, si Francis naman. Hindi, iba naman na to. Hindi naman na pitch yung gagawin natin.
Sayaw ka na.
More on sa volume naman.
Yay, sigaw ka.
Okay. Ito ang gagawin natin. Babasahin mo lang naman. Babasahin mo. Pwede ka mamili English or Tagalog. Tapos dalawang version yan. Yung isa, soft voice hanggang going to loud. Tapos yung isa naman, parang galit ka, loud muna, and then saka magiging mahaluman na yung volume.
Acting or...
Soft to loud. Tagalog.
Tagalog, soft to loud. Okay, sige, go.
Ang tanong ko'y, bakit? Thank
Thank you, Francis.
May nanalo na, guys. Award.
Hindi mag-beat pa yan.
Yun ang tamang volume.
Handler nito.
Okay, syempre may isa pa.
Ay, isa pa?
Loud to soft. Loud to soft. Ayan. So magsisimula ka sa sobrang taas.
Tagalog ulit.
Tapos bababa na yung boss.
Loud.
Volume. Go.
Ano ba ang hinihintay mo? Ano?
Ayun, kasi nakulat si kanina. Thank you very much, Francis. So yun yung kahalagahan ng volume, and you can have a chocolate as well. Ayan. Yun yung kahalagahan ng volume, na-emphasize yung kung ano yung gusto mong i-emphasize. And doon tayo pupunta sa last part. Okay? Yun nga yung pag-emphasize ng traveling stress. Tinanong nyo kanina, ano nga ba yung traveling stress na yan?
Jai!
Diba? Pero bago tayo mag-volunteer ng next na gusto mo gagawa, panoorin muna natin kung ano nga ba yung traveling stress. An example of what traveling stress is. Na nakita ko lang sa mga reel.
Ano ba? Reels lang ba?
Mula kay Eliana Gil.
Di ba na Twitter?
Hindi eh.
Where did you get that?
Go, Jai!
Did you get that? Where did you get that? Where did you get that? Where did you get that?
So yan yung sagot dun sa tanong kanina kung ano yung traveling stress. Yun yung emphasis natin and emotion na nag-change nung story, nung narrative. Depende sa kung ano yung ine-emphasize mong words sa sentence. So dahil dyan, sino pa ang gustong mag-nominate dyan? Online. Si Rox siguro. Sino ba yung mga online? Rox, sino yung gusto mong i-nominate? Ay, nasa meeting yata si Rox. Sino na lang ibang pwedeng mag-nominate siya? Si Abby na lang ulit. Abby, nominate another person.
Babae naman.
One babae naman.
Ina-nominate ko si Sesterlet. Go,
You are nominated para sa iyong FAMAS Best Acting Award.
Patumpahin mo lahat yan, Ses.
Hindi ito yung gagamitin mong word. Ito yung gagamitin mong word. Okay. So, there are 4 sentences, different words to emphasize. Yun yung example. So, ito yung gagawin. 4 times mong sasabihin, pero different yung magiging emphasis based on the traveling stress. Kaya mo yan. Dito ka. Parang nakikita ka ni Ann. Say hi.
So, talaga. Ang ano
Take the time.
Nagbigay na ako ng example kanina. Sobrang o ano nga nung example kanina.
Take
the time to do your best.
Yun.
Take the time to do your best. Take the time to do your best. Take the time to do your best.
Galing na, Sester ko. Perfect.
Yun yung kahalagahan ng traveling stress. Baka meron pang gustong mag-example ulit ng isa pang beses. Para masaya tayo, masaya.
Isa pa. Mag-dominate kayo pa.
Fun lang tayo dito. Sino? Abby, sige Abby, go. Mag-nominate ka pa ulit.
Si Muy.
Si Muy daw. Ninominate nila.
Ano daw?
Go, Muy.
Go, Muy! Muy, ikaw ang na-nominate ng ating buntit.
May buntis ano tayo. Immunity.
Sige. So, same words, different emphasis.
Hindi pa.
Alrighty? Para kita ka ni buntit. Yan.
Tayo kang pagbabalik mo ni Abby.
Go!
Take the time to do your best. Take the time to do your best. Take the time to do your best. Take the time to do your best.
Kuha na kayong chocolate. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Okay, meron kayong FAMAS Award after me. Ayan. Kuha ka lang dyan. Pili ka lang dyan. So yun. Yun yung importance ng traveling stress. Kasi depende sa ni-stress mo words, nag-iiba-iba yung meaning ng sentence. So, namahalaga yun to parang communicate with your audience. Kasi minsan, pag mali yung pagka-deliver mo nung sinasabi mo, hindi gaano maiintindihan ng audience mo yun gusto mong sabihin. Diba? So, kayo mahalaga yan. May misinterpret ka kapag mali yung in-emphasize mo sa mga statements. Alright. Now, let's go to the body.
Go, Giants!
Pwede, makalalaman na activity. Pero kung gusto niya may activity, okay lang din. Alright. What is body language? Siyempre, ito, importante ito. Try to avoid nervous mannerisms. Ito yan, example. Yung pag-fidget ng hands mo, di ba? Yung pag-play with pens or ito, kunyari, itong clicker, di ba? Nilalaro-laro mo habang nagpe-present ka. O kaya yung ID mo, ginaganyan-ganyan mo. Pulling of clothes, di ba? Swing, leaning, scratching. Lahat yan. Try to avoid those mannerisms kasi nakaka-distract siya sa audience. Diba? The more na maging maligalig ka sa harap ng audience mo, the more na hindi ka marerespeto din eh. So, yun. Try to avoid nervous mannerism. Next, proper stance. Okay? Pwede nyo naman sundin to with one foot slightly forward, press out, arms free from the body as if there are ping pong balls under your armpits, chin slightly up and on the POV eye level. Pero kung POV ko, hindi ko na kayo kita. So, pwede niya sundin, pero kung ano yung komportable ka sa harapan, yun yung gawin nyo. Diba? Para it will portray confidence din. Next, gestures. Ayan, gestures. Purposive movements of some parts of the body, not the entire body. They are principally made by movements of your head, shoulders, arms, knees, and toes. Ayan, and occasionally feet. So, mahalaga din yung gestures kasi it actually also communicates to your audience. So, to dive more on the gestures, panoorin natin ang video na to. Ways to look confident.
Research shows that sending the right kinds of nonverbal communication during a presentation can help you achieve more successful outcomes. Your ideas are important, but so is your body language. People who show positive, confident body language, such as smiling, maintaining eye contact, and persuasive gesturing, tend to be more successful presenters than those who display negative signals, such as fidgeting, stiff hand movements, and averted eyes. So, how can you send out the same signals and hopefully generate the same success? These 6 positions are indicators of effective, persuasive body language. The first one is the box. Early in Bill Clinton's political career, he would punctuate his speeches with big, wide gestures that made him appear untrustworthy. To help him keep his body language under control, his advisors taught him to imagine a box in front of his chest and belly and contain his hand movements within it. Since then, the Clinton box has become a popular term in the field. A second technique is called holding the ball. Gesturing as if you are holding a basketball between your hands is an indicator of confidence and control, as if you almost literally have the facts at your fingertips. Steve Jobs frequently used this position in his speeches. Pyramid hands is another way to control your body language. When people are nervous, their hands often flit about and fidget. When they're confident, their hands are still. One way to accomplish this is to clasp both hands together in a relaxed pyramid. But beware of overuse or pairing it with domineering or arrogant facial expressions. The idea is to show you're relaxed, not smug. You can also try using a wide stance. How people stand is a strong indicator of their mindset. When you stand in a strong and steady position with your feet about a shoulder width apart, it signals that you feel in control. A palms up gesture indicates openness and honesty. Oprah makes strong use of this during her speeches. She is a powerful, influential figure, but also appears willing to connect with the people she is speaking to, be it one person or a crowd of thousands. And finally, palms down can be viewed positively too. It signifies strength, authority, and assertiveness. Barack Obama has often used it to calm a crowd right after moments of rousing oration. The next time you give a presentation, try to record it, then review the video with the sound off, watching only your body language. How did you stand and gesture? Did you use any of these positions? If not, think about how you might do so the next time you're in front of an audience, or even just speaking to your boss or a big client. Practice in front of a mirror, then with friends, until these positions feel natural. Nonverbal communication won't necessarily make or break you as a leader, but it can help you achieve more successful outcomes.
All right. Thank you, Harvard Business Review. Pa-Harvard tayo dito. So, yun. Yun yung mga tamang gestures para maipakita natin yung confidence natin when speaking in public, when speaking in front of a lot of people. So, pakatandaan niyo yung mga pointers na yun. Kasi mahalaga yun. Saka para kapag kinakabahan ka talaga, nag-ground yung kamay. Kasi minsan hindi natin mapipigilan yung kamay natin eh. Gagalaw yan eh kung ano saan yan pupunta eh. Diba? Pag nag-represent tayo lalo na pag kinakabahan. So, yun, i-channel niyo yung mga mantra niyo sa mga daliri.
Pag may hawak ang isa.
Pag may hawak ka isang mic, yun na yung ano mo. Dito mo
Grounded ka na
i-ground.
din.
Grounded. Yung isa na lang. So, ito na yung, kung may clicker ka, ito yung pang-ground mo. Pero huwag mo i-fidget. Siyempre, angit naman yun. Control. You need to control. All right. Actually, we have already reached the end of our presentation. Questions? Meron ba kayong questions, clarifications, key takeaways? What are your key takeaways sa ating session?
Hindi, kailangan may preparation talaga. And yung ma-overcome mo talaga yung stage. I mean, yung public speaking kapag nag-practice ka talaga. So,
Yes.
kahit small steps lang, pwede yung help para ma-improve mo yung public speaking.
Correct.
Tsaka, mas, yung mga techniques yun, ma-apply namin sa mga susunod. Sa mga susunod na presentation, kapag kami naman yung magka-present.
Yes.
Kaya, thank you for,
You're welcome. Thank you, Lynn Rosen, for that wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, next. Isa-isa, sunod-sunod tayo dito. Okay, go naman. Let's. Questions or key takeaways?
Key takeaways. Sobrang importante ng gestures, the way na magsalita tayo and yung pagbibigay ng emphasis dun sa mga bagay na kailangan natin dating sa natin, sa audience natin. So yun, gestures, the way ng mag-talk tayo and yung also presentations na gagamitin natin kailangan mas detailed. Tapos
Thank you, Alright, next.
Yun nga, yung planning, kasi dapat always ready. So kung mayroon kang presentation, and then yun din yung setting of yung tones natin. So tapos yung mga monotone, mga ganyan na tone ako na yung alala nila yung question. Tapos, ayun nga, na-remember ko lang rin yung sinabi, yung napansin sa atin before, di ba nung nag-present tayo, before hindi artel na yun nga yung like, sinapasok natin yung kamay natin sa jacket natin kasi sabihin, hindi tayo confident enough sa ano natin. Ayun, so question?
Gusto ko po, paano nyo na-overcome yung kapag kunwari kinakabahan kayo or yung anxiety kapag nasa harap, yun, paano nyo na-overcome and tips para ma-apply ko namin?
Wonderful question. Paano ka na-overcome? Paano na-overcome yung kaba? Kapag nandito ka na sa harap ng mga tao. Hindi ko na isama sa slide, pero merong breathing exercise tips na pwede mo gawin. Kailangan mo lang gawin yung breathing exercise tips na yun before or kung talagang kinakabahan ka pa rin, ilabas ka muna tapos gawin mo yun. Simple breathing exercise na mag-i-inhale ka ng malalim and exhale ka ng malalim din. So yun lang. Yun yung isa sa mga paraan para mapakalma mo yung sarili mo at makapag-focus ka ulit at mawala kahit pa paano o maibsan yung kaba. Breathing exercise, that's one tip na pwede kong nasabi, na pwede mong gawin para mabawasan yung kaba. Hindi mawawala yung kaba eh. Andyan yan eh. Mawawala lang kapag tapos na yung presentation. So, isa lang sa paraan doon is mindset din. I-condition mo yung utak mo na kaya mo. Okay. So, breathing exercise at mindset. Yun yung isa sa pwede kong tip. Yun. Yes po.
Hindi, mag-add lang ako.
Add ka. Okay.
Mamaya pa yung third. Kasi doon sa sinabi yung tawag dito, yung kaba is kapag nagawa mo na lahat ng preparation ng part, parang mas nagiging confident ka, nakakadagdag siya ng confidence. Alam mo, kompleto, na-prepare ko lahat, na-prepare ko ng maayos. If ever tanungin ako na na-cover ko lahat, prepared ako sa lahat na possible na mangyari. So nakakadagdag siya ng confidence, bawas siya ng kaba. Pero pag on the spot na andun ka na mismo sa gitna, sa start kakabahan ka, pero pag nag-start na, nag-continue na, mawawala na siya. And tips din para ma-feel ng audience mo na confident ka, i-maintain yung eye contact. Pero if katulad mo ako na nahihiya makipag-eye contact sa tao, pwedeng hindi ka tumingin sa mata nila mismo, pwedeng dito sa forehead, sa kilay. Maghanap ka lang ng point sa mukha nila na kung may nunal ka sa ilong, sa dito, basta dito sa forehead, yun, para ma-feel nila na tinitingnan sila sa mata nila, pero hindi naman talaga.
Thank you, SME for certified facilitator case. Yes. Thank you sa tip mo. Yes, that is also valid. Pwede mo tingnan yung star doon sa gilid niya. Support. Pumitig ako sa board. Ayan, may tip din si Jolly sa atin. Okay, basahin ko yung tips niya doon sa, related pa rin doon sa tanong ni Roseanne. Yan, give yourself a rest before starting your presentation. Be grateful of the opportunity. Hindi lahat nabibigyan ng chance na magsalita sa harap. So, you got this. Attend coaching session if may chance. And syempre, also, pray before and after your session. Yun. Isa sa mahalaga din yun. Isang napakagandang tip yun. Thank you, Jolly, for that wonderful tip on how mo tatanggalin yung kaba mo kapag present. Yeah. Alright. Next na magbibigay ng question or key takeaway.
Wala naman ang question kasi okay naman yung presentations. Kaya ko naman siguro i-apply in the future. Pero siguro sa akin, wala na akong ginagawin kasi sinabi na nila lahat eh. Yun lang yung sa akin. Yung gesture pala. Minsan kasi nagagawa ko siya. Minsan tumitigil ako. So, katulad na lang din yung sa presentation natin. Last, yung sa, ano ba yun? Sa ES Synergy. Gumagalaw ko may content later on tumigil din. So, siguro, siguro ipapractice ko pa. Kasi ako naman kasi, sanay ako magsalita sa public. Siguro kasi, patanda na rin ako. So, yun lang yung akin.
Ay, thank you Joshua. And may pahabol pa si Jolly. Sabi niya, think about the intention. Bakit mo ba gagawin yung activity? Yun, isipin mo din lagi yung intention mo. And always accept. Ayan, as a presenter, as a facilitator, always accept feedbacks, constructive feedbacks. Napakahalaga nun. Huwag kang pikon. Kung kinriticize ka, i-accept mo lang. Labas sa kabilang second. Pero namnamin mo at i-improve mo yung sarili mo. Diba? That's called constructive feedback or constructive criticism. Ayan. Alright, next Mike. Thank you, Jolly.
Sa akin yung sa preparation, laki ng covers niya. Kasi bakit? You tend to prepare your tools, visual aid, but the next question is, are you prepared to discuss those things na pinag-prepare? So, yun, as a teacher, syempre, sometimes I don't present visual, yung mga present PowerPoint, kasi ang dala ko lang, yung sarili ko. So, sometimes, ang tao, hindi sa nakatingin, lang nangyayari is, nakatingin lang sila sa kung ano naka-display, nagpa-flash, pero hindi na naiintindihan yung nangyayari, or wala silang interest. So, instead, mas magandang prepared ka kaysa yung, unahin mo i-prepare yung sarili mo before yung tools. Kasi bakit? Ikaw mag-deliver ng lahat na yan.
Thank you, Muy. Prepare yourself. Yan talaga isa din sa mga sabi nga kanina yung planning part, yun yung pinaka-importante nga talaga lagi when presenting. Tulad kanina, practice ko talaga, which is practice din naman sa teatro, sa school, and all. Bago mag-start yung presentation, nag-book ako earlier talaga to test everything. Nag-technical rehearsal ako dito kahit mag-isa lang ako. Pinlay ko lahat, gumagana ba lahat, maayos ba yung mic. Kasi kanina, yung isang mic, sa kabila pala. Kung nagsasalita ako sa kabila, kung hindi ko chinek yun kanina, edi yung boses ko nandun sa kabila ko, di ba? So mga ganun, proper planning and syempre mag-rehearse ka din para mas confident kang itatawid ang iyong presentation. Next, kala mo, nakalimutan mo na. Kalina.
Question.
Alright.
What's your 3 fears?
My 3 fears. Actually, nandun siya. 3 fears ko, una, ako ay takot sa heights. Super takot ako sa heights. Pero, same with Archie, I still do it. Kasi gusto ko ma-conquer yung fear na yun. Kahit nakatakot.
Kahit nagpa-vibrate yung paa.
Kahit nagpa-vibrate yung paa. Number 2. Ay, oo. May glass bridge dun sa inocular namin. Yung vibration ng tubig ko hindi ayaw tumigil. Pero wala akong choice, kailangan ko tumawid.
Paring tawid.
Hindi, nakahawak pala. Next fear, flying ibis. Alam ko naman, ang makaramihan sa atin takot sa ibis kasi. Yes. And of course, death of a one, death of a pet, death of animals, and any kind of death. Yan. Nakakatakot sa akin. So yun ang top 3 fears. Dahil dyan, hindi ko. Alam mo.
Kala ko makakalusot. Akala ko tapos na. Sinuli mo na yung break doon eh. Key takeaway is same as them, which is planning talaga. Kasi, oo, may topic ka, pero if hindi ka prepared to deliver it, to explain it to a lot of people, kahit kompleto yung presentation mo and all, hindi mo talaga siya ma-deliver the way that you wanted to. And then, siguro dun sa kay Roseanne is, wala tayong choice. Maganda na tayo. So, need natin siyang do it scared. Kahit gaano ka kaba, kahit gaano ka katakot, do it. Kasi after that, like, may growth siya within. Kahit sabihin natin na hindi siya perfect and all. Once na nagawa mo siya, like sabihin mo, may imperfections, pero kaya ko pa i-improve. So, yeah.
Constant learning.
Saka, the more na scared mo gawin, lalo mo maingat sa gagawin. So,
Yes.
pa lang yung errors.
Magiging minimal fear. So, kumbaga, hindi lang conquer your fear. Gamitin mo yung fear para i-acknowledge mo yung fear para lalo mo mas mapaganda yung presentation. Use it to your advantage.
Wala, di ka talaga makakatawid. Parang yung ginawa mo dun sa ocular.
Yes. Wala akong choice.
Okay,
Takit pa rin ako. Masaya naman eh. Pero masakit sa tuhod. Ayun. Okay, next. Alright. Ace.
Ako naman is yung, natuwa ako dun sa, yung monotone.
Ay, yung kita ko.
Berta.
Very Berta.
Natuwa ako dun sa, yung may box, may ball. Yung saan mo ilalagay yung kamay.
Yung kamay.
Nagpipit yung kamay ko.
Yes.
May
I believe ni-notice ni Overture.
Yes. Ayun. Yung
Very mindful ka sa oras tapos hindi mapakali yung kamay.
Yung pictures,
Kinakabahan. So, kita. Diba?
Ayan. Natuwa ako dun sa wax and sa ball or pag yung mga dapat kasi, di ba, dapat laging kita yung hands natin, hindi ba rin nakatato. So, awkward siya for me kung saan ko siya ilalagay. Kung hindi siya sa bulsa, saan, hindi siya awkward. So, natuwa ko dun sa may imaginary ball, that's my imaginary ball.
Thank you. Next, Francis.
Sa akin, takeaways, especially yung sa stress, words, and yung dapat di ka monotone all throughout the presentation, and also yung importance nung mag-connect to people with your audience, magpatawa ka, relatable sila, especially sa beginning, sabi kanina sa simula, dapat maka-relate agad sila. Parang kasama sila talaga sa sinasabi mo. And yung mga hand gestures, and sa akin siguro just to add lang din sa presentation at sa mga na-share nila, una din yung enjoy your presentation, yung as you deliver, enjoy ka lang. Kasi may mga feedback din ako na-receive before, ang mga nabanggit nila, smile ka, make it light, very light to deliver it to people. Tapos, enjoy, and then, pero pang ako na-observe naman sa ibang mga presenters na church namin, may time kung parang, bukod sa pwedeng tumingin ka sa forehead lang, may times tumitingin sila sa parang yung, parang ano lang, di ko mahanin.
Sa kawalan.
Parang ganun. Or something na malapit lang din sa ulo ng mga tao. Yun lang.
You are correct.
Napansin ko lang.
Isa din yun sa technique. Actually, sa teatro, isa yun sa technique para parang fourth wall yung tinatawag namin doon. Na parang hindi mo mapansin yung mga audience kasi distraction sila eh. Tapos in character ka. So, tumingin ka lang ng parang feeling mo wala sila dyan. Titingin ka sa malayo, titingin ka sa ka-eksena mo, titingin ka sa stage. Pero hindi mo sila makikita. So, yun yung isang way, paraan para maigawa mo yung role mo or presentation. So, yes. Thank you, Francis. Alright, next question.
Hello, parang superhero stand. Would you like to handle this night? So yun guys, thank you team sa pag-share ng mga insights ninyo. And first, so ito na po yung key takeaways ko. So I would be a great example to each and everyone.
Yun o, pinakawa na yung mga hand-gestures.
So yun, huwag na masyado din. So yun, and of course, dagdag ko lang, of course, as a facilitator or presenter, of course, ang pinakaunang titignan ng bawat isa sa mga audience ninyo is how the way you look sa stage.
Ayan!
Ano mag-deliver, of course, yung set ng tone mo, yung boses mo, everything, of course, yung physical appearance, looks, and pangalawa doon is yung, yung voice. Okay, kasi you will be remembered sa tono ng boses. Correct. How could you deliver your speech, your tone, the emphasis, lahat. Okay. So yung parang, meron tayong kasabihan na first impression, sabi nila last, pero yung second impression would be your voice. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Archie. Grabe naman yan. Aabangan namin, alam kong yung iba dyan hindi pa mga nag-KSS, so aabangan natin kung may apply niyo mga natutunan nyo dito. Ang dami nyo pang hindi nag-KSS, diba? So, makakatulong yan sa pag-present nyo. So, ayun, without further ado, thank you. Online, meron bang gustong mag-share din ng key takeaways or questions? Si Jolly, mag-share na. Thank you so much, Jolly. How about you, Abby? Do you want to share? Or Jacob? Rob?
Sige, ako na lang sa key takeaways
Ayan, si Jacob.
Key takeaways ko, actually, yun, minsan hindi ko na-apply talaga yung sa body language, yung gesture nga, parang hindi ko siya masyadong napofokusan. Ang napofokusan ko talaga yung mismong topic itself. Ganun yung nangyayari. Pero in a way na parang pag nag-speak naman na dire-diretso na continuous na yung idea mo, actually sa pagpe-present kasi kailangan mo rin ng ad-lib. Kumbaga yung mga stock knowledge mo, na-apply mo din talaga siya during presentation. So kailangan lang maging malawak yung knowledge mo when it comes sa topic na i-discuss mo. Hindi ka lang talaga nakakulong sa isang box. Kailangan ma-relate mo siya into something na mapapakinabangan ng audience. So yun yung additional lang na gusto kong ma-input. Kasi parang, kumbaga technically, oo, ma-apply natin lahat yung tinuro ni H. Pero once talaga na nagkaroon ka ng kaba, dyan na pumapasok talaga yung nakakalimutan mo na yung topic mo, nagkakaroon ka na ng mga struggle kung paano mo i-deliver yung isang presentation. So, kailangan maging malawak ka lang at saka magaling kang kumbaga yun nga, ititrain mo yung sarili mo into technical knowledge na yan nabigay ni H. At the same time, maging malawak yung information na pwede mo maibigay sa audience. Yun lang po.
Maraming salamat, Jacob. Yes, dahil yung mga mo. Thank you so much for sharing. Anyone else? Ano pa gusto mag-share? Abby, kasama ba? No? Yes? No? No? Yes? Okay. So, yan. I hope na-define natin kung paano maging effective ang pag-present natin, ang ating presentation skills. I hope na-intindihan natin yung key concepts of storytelling on how to have beginning, middle, end, and all that jazz. And syempre, I hope na-improve din natin yung platform skills natin. Gestures, yung tone of voice, pitch, volume, traveling stress, and all that information. So with that, thank you so much for listening to this session. I hope na talaga kayo natutunan at may apply nito sa mga future presentation nyo dito sa ating paper. So maraming salamat everyone. Thank you online people. Thank you so much. Yan lang po. Maraming salamat. And for the references, ayan po, yan yung mga references ko.